got some bad news. Jerrick Gibson and Will Stone are no longer a part of the program. I believe they're both going to be taking a redshirt year to transfer out of Texas. B. Ross, I want you to give me your initial thoughts here. Jerrick Gibson, obviously sophomore running back, now looking to go elsewhere, and Will Stone, kicker.
Yeah, I'm not totally surprised. And the only reason I say that is because you guys talked about it Saturday after the game. Like, where does he fit in this rotation? He really doesn't fit this offense. So I'm not totally surprised that he left. I'm not surprised that Will Stone left. I mean, he was just doing kickoffs, and like, kickers want to make points. They want to have bigger impacts on the game, just like everybody else. So I'm actually more surprised he came back than anything, knowing that Mason Shipley was coming in to kick. So wish him the best of luck, but I totally understand.
Yeah. And for both players, of course, everyone here in the Voice of College Football wishes them the best. Keep pushing forward, keep grinding. Hopefully you can find your way. What I find really to be intriguing about the Jerrick Gibson situation is just, he showed flashes during his time at Texas where it was like, I think this guy has a future here to be really special, but it just never fully came together for him, unfortunately.
Right.
And when you have other guys on the depth chart, like a James Simon, who has come in and really done a great job. And we have the talented Christian Clark, who's still super young. Jerrick Gibson just never really had a role for the team. And it's super unfortunate. And you mentioned it, his play style, it's an SEC play style, but it's not a Texas play style.
No,
at least not the type that we run. So he's going to find a team that's going to love this guy. So yeah, go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if he stays in the SEC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's plenty of teams, to your point, where, they're more downhill, feed the back a heavy amount of times, where he can get going. Texas isn't built for that. Texas is, you got to get it when you can, because the ball has to be spread out to so many guys.
Yep.
So again, best of luck to him, but definitely understand.
Yeah. And I mean, Texas, they had Roshan Johnson, who I suppose is more of that like power back when they had the Bijan Roshan years, but it feels like we kind of moved away from that style in past years, where we had Jonathan Brooks that one year, of course Trey Wisner this year, and CJ Baxter a little bit, where the style of the Texas ground game, yes, you have to. Every team has a power concept in their ground game, especially when you get towards the red zone and so on and so forth. But Texas really wants to be more of an outside zone. Get the ball to the edges, not really going down your throat. I'm sure if you ask Sarkisian if he'd want to do that, I'm sure he'd say, yeah, that's how you want to succeed in the SEC. But
every coach
Texas
does.
Exactly. Texas just does it in a multitude of ways. And Texas recruits running backs like probably some of the best in the entire country. I mean,
100%.
We have a 5-star Derek Cooper coming in this year. He's probably going to play a role 2-3 years down the road here. James Simon has already shown his ability. You got to expect CJ Baxter to come back next year. So he's probably your RB1. And if Trey Wisner returns next year, then it's like, if you're Gibson, there's not a position for you on this team.
There's no way for you to be, right? So, I mean, so again, like it makes total sense just in terms of everything that you just said. Like, it's another 5-star coming in, and how do you fit in when your top 2 are probably coming back, and then you aren't playing better than Simon right now? You know what I mean? Like, it's there's so many variables. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he would have had to compete with realistically 4 or 5 guys to even get playing time. And I mean, if Wisner comes back next year, just to get carries. Yeah, and Texas is not going to be running out there with 4 running backs in a game. They want to have 2 guys, maybe at most 3. So if you're a Jerrick Gibson, I'm a sophomore. Why do I want to waste my time here? But we talked about it. He's going to be somebody. He's very talented. He's gotten better year in and year out. He's just not to the level that we need him to be at. Right. And even not necessarily that, but also, the way we run the football and just the amount of depth we have here, it kind of made Jerrick Gibson the odd man out. And we saw that in the Oklahoma game that, with no CJ Baxter, who was the RB2, it was James Simon. And they gave Gibson some run, and it just didn't work out. He really struggles. His eyes are really developing right now. He keeps his eyes, down sometimes. He doesn't read the field properly. Fumbles and things like that have really derailed his time at Texas, but he's got the athletic ability. He's got everything going for him. So, I wish him the best for sure. And then Will Stone, this is a senior. He's been at Texas for a while now. Really just more of a kickoff guy. I'm sure that Mason Shipley is more than equipped to get the job done. Sort of a weird timing for Will Stone, I got to admit, because he's been in this same kind of position the past few years. And I wonder if he returned to Texas thinking he was going to beat out Mason Shipley. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's what I didn't get, because if they brought him in, that means that you don't have the job, or like you're nowhere close to having the job, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, granted, the coaches probably put it as we're creating competition, but if you've been there for as long as he was, it like you have to think like, well, I've been here. I know what they want. They've seen me do it, and they still are they're still bringing a new guy in. They don't want me here.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting to see where he goes, because we haven't really seen him as a kicker, right? We know he can kick off the ball really well, and I'm sure he can kick it, but it's like, I don't know how he is as a kicker. Of course, kickers are a thing that every team needs. So I would put money that he'll find a spot somewhere on another Division I team. So, the best of luck to him. So
absolutely.
But yeah, it's unfortunate. I do expect more players to probably start to, because this is the era of college football we're in. It's just not just a Texas issue. It's an issue for every single school.
It's the era of free agency in college football. And like, what's happening now too is that like guys will put their name in to see what they get back, and then try to come back out. Like that's very common at this stage in time. It just depends on what program they're with, because some coaches say if you go in the portal, stay in the portal.
Yep, exactly. And like we said, there's going to be more guys that are going to enter the portal. Maybe not from Texas. Obviously we hope not. We don't have any insight of anybody else who's considering it, but I heard for the past couple of days that Jerrick Gibson was considering it, and now he's officially kind of made it known. So we'll see where he ends up. Obviously expect others to put their name in, even from Texas or from other schools. It's just going to happen, which means, when transfer portal hits, there's going to be a lot of talented guys out there, and Jerrick Gibson and Will Stone will be part of them. But you guys let us know in the comments below. What are you guys thinking on Jerrick Gibson and company? What's going to happen? Arches in, damn season over. You're right, Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew.
Yep.
Thank you,
Matthew.
Thank you.
Anyways, let's go.